I'm here today at a fascinating Mastercam customer in Edgewater, Florida, Solace Boats by Dougherty Manufacturing. Let's head inside and check it out. Thanks for having us in. I'm driving in, I see your boats out there. I'm super excited to talk about Solace Boats.
No problem. I love to talk about it. We started, oh gosh, about 12 years ago as a manufacturing business, which we still are.
Yeah, and I noticed driving in, you've got signs out Solace Boats, but there's also Dougherty Manufacturing.
Yes, so we're very diversified.
Okay.
Probably 80% boats, 20% outside jobs, everything from aerospace to theme park, other boat builders. So we've got an engineering team, we've got a tooling and R&D team. We do all of our wiring harnesses. If it's metal, we make it. If it's fiberglass, we make it. There's not a lot of outside parts. About the only thing we don't do is upholstery. You guys utilize Mastercam. Where does that play in your manufacturing process? So we've used Mastercam since we started. All of the engineering's done down here, which we'll go see in a few minutes. And then everything gets sent to the north building or the south building with the Haas machines. And we've got programmers who program. We also are able to do things on the fly. So it doesn't get down to assembly and the part's not completed but the mold's made. We can stop what we're doing under the mill, fix what we want to fix, and then keep going. It really allows us to move quickly because we're not doing things twice. So you're that soup to nuts manufacturer, so you can adjust through that process if you need instantly.
To. Awesome.
We call it the Dougherty Minute here.
How many boats a year do you guys make out of this facility?
So we build about 100 boats. Each year we've doubled.
Wow.
This will be our biggest year by far. It is a feeling that we've never had before as a team. So most of our team has been with us. We still have the first employee that we hired when we started the business. A lot of these guys were with him at Edgewater and Everglades. And they're still with us today.
How many employees are you employing?
So we have about 180.
Wow. So I'm super interested to see how these boats are built. Can we kind of walk through that process?
Of course. We'll go start in engineering and you'll get to meet Steven and see his passion.
All right, let's go.
Thanks.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, Jesse.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So this is where the magic happens here.
This is where all the madness starts. So here we've got a boat that we've spent probably a year developing and designing. We've got a full rendering here and the CAD model.
So do you guys design this? I mean, are you starting with another boat model that you've already produced and scaling it, or is this kind of a ground up effort?
So this is a new model for us as far as the hull design, the concept. So this is ground up from zero. So we've got the hull pattern done and we're actually building the mold on that pattern. The liner, which is the whole interior of the boat, is under the mill.
So that's really a lot of what the customer probably sees and feels when they're in your boat, right?
It's also where all the hatches and components and everything is fitting, and this is what dictates the rest of the boat.
Could I check that out?
Absolutely. Go see Alan. I'll show you around.
I will. Alan?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing today?
Good. So Steven was telling me you guys are working on a catamaran out
Yes,
here.
sir, we sure are. It's our first catamaran model. It's a 40 CT for Solace boats.
Very cool.
This is the beginning of the process here.
Yeah. So is this the hull? What are you working on here?
This is actually the liner. This is the interior part of the boat.
Yep.
We've already finished the hull, so this is the second large piece.
Yep.
And this makes to the hull.
You do all the programming, make it reality.
We make it, we make it.
That's really cool.
Full size.
So what kind of tool paths, what kind of strategies are you using to machine something?
So typically on most of these parts, I'll use a 5-axis flow on the outside areas. I'll use a raster for the interior areas with an equal scallop also. Those would be my 3 major programs. I use unified limitedly. I use a 5-axis flow, typically more so on my outside parts than inside parts. Anywhere we can get a large flat, because we get a lot prettier finish.
This is really just seeing this manufacturing process. I know we're looking out over the shop here, and just the scale that you guys work at is just impressive. I was wondering if we could have that conversation here, but I think it'd be really cool to do it out in front of the machine and be able to point out some of these features.
Yeah, let's go do it.
All right. Why is this green?
So that is what we call a master mold
Okay.
or a tool,
Okay.
right? So this is the actual mold that we actually get the boats out of.
So you're laying fiberglass.
We're going to
up
be
into
laying
that.
fiberglass directly in it. So it starts out, a boat's built from the inside out.
Yep.
Starts out with gel coat, then we reinforce the glass behind that. So what you're seeing is the surface we're applying the gel coat to.
So that's got to be perfect.
It's, yes, see the shiny, how shiny
that
it is.
is-
The
that is
better it is, the better the part comes
Yeah.
out. So we spend a lot of time up front to get those looking very, very
Nice.
good.
And so here I see you're just machining like a foam type.
This is what we call a plug or pattern,
Okay.
right? So you got to start out with something. We start out with foam, we coat it with a putty, and then we come back and cut it a second time. So we undercut it and then we final cut it to get a finished plug. Awesome, okay?
And what I really want to see
Is the big boy?
is the big boy. That is impressive.
All right, watch your step.
Yep.
Okay, so this is our DMS 20 by 60 by 10 feet of Z.
So 60-foot length.
60 foot length, 20 feet wide, 10 feet high.
So what realistically, how long of a boat could you build on this thing?
Well, we cut that 56 footer over there with this machine. Now I did
Unbelievable.
have to slide it. I had
Oh,
to move
okay.
it. So, and we have that ability too. If you
Yeah.
have room on each side of the machine, you can actually slide the
Yeah.
part inside the machine.
Yeah. So we walked up this gangway here, I'll call it, right? So this is a catamaran.
This is a catamaran, yep.
So it's got the two separate holes. What are we looking at these
So
big
these
cavities?
are big fuel tanks right here.
Yep.
That's your starboard and port fuel tank, okay? Then up here is your, this is where your console is gonna lay.
Okay.
In this area here. These are your floor hatches, okay? And these are your front storage compartments. You have an anchor locker up there.
So this is a very complex piece. I mean, there's a lot of features going on.
Like I
here.
said, it's all modular. Pretty
Yeah.
much everything in the liner is there already. We
Yep.
don't do many add-on parts
Yep.
on top of our liner.
Okay.
Everything is molded in, it's there.
This is going to create that nice green
Yep.
mold.
And then
that
we throw
see
this
over
in the
there.
trash. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's all. This is scrap.
That's it, it's scrap.
Once the mold-
Once we get a mold, that's all we need.
Yeah. So I did notice here, you've got like some repair work that's going on. It looks like maybe this was either moved, relocated, or changed in
Yeah,
size.
so we had a engineering change of design.
Okay.
So we had to go in and go back onto the part, cut it, reshape it, and then cut it again. By having it in-house, we have that speed of, we can change stuff pretty much instantly.
Yeah. And your design engineers can come out here and have
Come
a
out, look
conversation
at it,
with
yes.
you.
And that's usually what happens. They'll come
Yeah.
out, look at it, and go, I'd like to tweak that a little bit.
Yeah.
And since we have it in-house, we have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
You'll never see raw fiberglass on our boats when you
Okay.
open up a hat. A-class
Those
finish.
features like that, can we check
Let's
that
go
out?
look at
And
one. Yeah, check this out.
That's got to be some of the more challenging pieces of
So
the
think about that,
manufacturing.
you know, what size bit do you have to get to that? You know, so we're running a super long bit on that, trying to pick a 3+2 program that can get in there, because you have to do this side, that
Yep.
side, and that side. So it's not just simple come in there straight up and down and cut.
Yep.
It's all trying to get
And then
different angles.
I see some fiberglass here. So when you're building this plug, this starts out as fiberglass?
It starts out as foam, actually.
Okay.
So we use a 2-pound EPS foam. Then we undercut this thing by 1/2 inch. Then we coat it with a coating. Then we put chopped fiberglass on top of that. And then we spray a putty on top of that fiberglass. And that's what we actually cut.
And then you make a mold out of that.
And then we make a mold out of that to get a boat out of that.
to get a boat out of that. So you're making 3 parts to make
yes,
one.
Yes, yes.
The amount of effort that goes into a boat hole like this, just absolutely awesome. And at this point, I've got to see a finished boat. I know I saw some driving in. Can you point me which direction?
Yeah, we
I
have
gotta
about a 6 of them sitting outside the final
Okay.
bay down there. So I'll send you down there to see Steve.
go? Yeah.
Very
Hey,
nice meeting you, Jesse.
Thank
Have a
you
good
very
day.
much, Alan. All right, Stephen, this is awesome to see. We've got to see that wasn't the mold. That was the
That was the pattern.
pattern. So the pattern makes the mold.
Correct.
You use the mold to make the hull.
Correct.
And this is what we're seeing, the finished hull.
There's a lot of things that happen between there and here.
Yeah.
So, and then there was about a year's worth of work before we even started cutting the pattern
Yeah.
in design and engineering. Then we build a mold, we manufacture the fiberglass components. It comes on down the line. We do our finishing, which is where we do all our patching and touch-ups and
Yep.
make the fiberglass perfect. We build our wire harnesses in-house. We do all the metal machining and metal components in-house.
Yep.
And, I'm in the manufacturing business. It's what we do. And the more we manufacture, the more opportunity to make a profit we have.
So what percentage of this boat do you think is done in this facility?
So it's got to be probably 98%
Yeah.
is done here.
And
And
I'm-
besides the engines and
Yeah.
components like that.
Yeah. That's probably unique for this industry, right?
It
A lot
is.
of people are grabbing stuff from all over the place and assembling a boat. Does that give you an advantage?
In the old days, boat manufacturers realized they were in the manufacturing business, and they made a lot of the components that they used, and those have gone in the acquisitions of companies, and things got to be corporate, and they decided they wanted to be in the assembly business.
Yep.
I look at it as we're in the manufacturing business.
Neat.
We want to make as much as we can.
So this is the 42 CS.
Correct.
So what's special about this boat? You guys are pretty proud of what you've produced here, right?
Yeah. So in order to build the best boat in the world, it has to start obviously with the best design, ideas, some of the best ideas, and we listen to customers, and we're also boaters. And then we have to have the fiberglass be the best piece of fiberglass we've ever manufactured. So we infuse, we use carbon fiber, we use epoxy resins, the best of everything. And then it just goes like that throughout the entire boat and the whole process. Every component has to be the best. And we really pay a lot of attention to everything that goes on in the manufacturing.
So you talked about this being a year-long process. Is that what it takes you to go from concept to delivery?
No, it's about a year of design work and computer and renderings and all that kind of stuff, and then input from customers and dealers. And then we start the process of tooling, which is about, on this boat here, is about another year.
So this project started a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's all accumulating this week.
This is it. This is it. We're going to go to the water, I hope, today.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So that's got to make you, when this thing gets on the water and goes the way you hope it's going to, that must really make you feel good.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
Yep.
and a big pucker factor when we'll hit the water.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time today. I know you guys are super busy. Just a really impressive facility. Your products here speaks for itself. It's unbelievable. It's gorgeous. It's a piece of art.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.